To gear and software. I'm starting from the software since I think this is the most interesting part of it all. And this is pretty much where the magic happens. So I'm running my Nitro Pro through my BFD 3.5. As I said, this came pretty much out of the box license. And so that's what I've been using. So what are my presets and why do I do some choices and I don't do some other choices? So basically, this is the 3.5 version, and I'm playing Yamaha, whatever you want to call it, Birch Chasm Absolute. So why am I playing this kit? I found this kit in the heavy expansion of BFD 3, and I fell in love with the sound of this kit. I prefer birch over maple because maple has got some overtones, some mid to high sweet overtones. There's something about it, some overtones that I just can't stand. And birch cuts those. It doesn't have them. It doesn't have them, and it's more focused. And if you tune it properly, it can get pretty punchy and dark, and this is exactly what I've tried to achieve. If you look at my toms tuning, I'll try to go to it. Okay, that's one of my toms. Okay, as you can see, I've got the tuning of all my toms there. It's minus 444. What does that mean? That means that they are looser than the way they were recorded, and that makes them a hell of a lot darker, and I like them a lot more, much more. I mean, in my first recording of it's been a while, I couldn't stand the sound of my toms. They were so high pitched and so low volume that it just sounded like crap, and I couldn't get through the screaming guitars. And I ended up recording the video and changing my tuning. So that's exactly where I find myself going. So I have all my toms tuned lower, and to get some volume and some punch, I've raised my faders, sorry. About 296, as you can see, 296 decibel, louder than all the rest of the kit, and it seems to work, and sounds a hell of a lot better, and I mean, to my taste, obviously. So that's for now, that's my sweet spot. Down to my snare. So this is another choice that's been done with reasons and not some voodoo magic or something. So why do I play a brass snare? Okay. Reason being, I can't stand steel or aluminum snares. I just can't stand that type of sound, so cold, so I can't stand it. I can't stand steel snares. And back in the days, I used to have a wooden snare. I used to play tama, and while it sounded better, I just couldn't fall in love with the thing. That there was something missing about it. Some overtones, some little bit of punch, and this was something that just didn't work. Anyway, I tuned it. So why brass? Because brass is pretty much the missing link between steel and wood. And it's got beautiful overtones. It's got some warmth to it, and it's got a lot of punch. And I can just tune it exactly to my taste. The overtones and the sound, it just sounds to me exactly like I would want it. So it's not a choice made by some odd reason or just because I like the fact that I could play a superphonic. but it's because that's a brass, that's a chrome over brass, I think, and I just like the sound of it. And I've got it tuned. I had it tuned in the standard version in my previous videos, and I've got it a little bit tighter, and it works much better. But you can go anywhere you want and have any sound you want, and it just works. But again, that's a matter of personal taste. So, I mean, it's up to you. You could like a piccolo, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know, whatever you want. I mean, there's plenty to choose from, and so however you like your sound, you can do it. And Sabian digital volt symbols. Why? Well, that's pretty much an obliged choice. You don't find anything better sounding in this software than Sabian. I mean, Sabian are fantastic symbols. That's pretty much, we all know that's the Canadian Zidian. And I switched to those because apparently BFD doesn't hold a license to Zidian anymore. And anything that's been left Zidian in this software, it's very little, and it just doesn't sound anywhere near the way I think it should sound. So I switched to Sabian, and I found my peace of mind. I've got all my splashes there. I've got a China. I've got 3 crashes, and it just sounds the way it should. And I find all the choices I could possibly want. I've got an HHX and an Artisan, I think hi-hat. Anyway, I found anything I could possibly want, so it works, and I switched to Sabian. And then this combination of Yamaha, Birch, and Sabian sounds absolutely fantastic to my ears, at least. So that's the way it's gonna stay for the foreseeable future. And another thing that I've do with this is I do my mixing through Moises, drumless, obviously, and this doesn't read MP3, but it does read WAV. So what you do, you pretty much export your mixing from Moises to WAV, and you open your jukebox from this, and you can play your track through BFD and use one software to do all your music related list stuff, and that's exactly what I do. I go through this, and I've got the master volume down there. That's it. So I can lower or raise my drum sound, all of it, according to how the track was recorded. So if my drums sound too loud or too low, I just can raise it or lower it, and so that's the setting for my last recording. I think it was Stay from Elisa, and so that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a reason for everything I do and I choose. I mean, there's not any voodoo magic or some odd choice, or just, I mean, there's reasoning behind it. Even my 22 kick, it's a 22 because I find it more punchy than a 24. I don't know why that is, but I've tried recording with a 24 and I haven't found it as punchy as a 22. So I'm playing a 22, and that's pretty much all there is there. So if you've got anything you want to ask me, or any suggestion, or anything you'd like to know, that's pretty much it. Then I'll go through my gear, and that's it.